What's going on with all my money motivated stars? I want to talk about addiction, you know what I mean? Because I really didn't get everything I wanted to say out for my last video, but I didn't fall into addiction. There's a lot of stuff that I want to say between these videos, but I try to keep them short so people won't, just get tired of the content, you know what I mean? So I try to cut it short and just put it into 2 parts, because this is what's going on nowadays. I try to do what a lot of sometimes the algorithm does, and if I want to talk a whole lot, I just go live, because sometimes I just have to get everything out, and some people are willing to listen to me talk for an hour. Some people ain't, you know what I mean? Some people more busy than others, and they just, I guess, don't have the time. But when it comes down to addiction, I want to talk about addiction and being hard on family members who you trying to get on this path, or just friends, you know what I mean? Because I was just saying, a lot of people in my last video, a lot of people ain't gonna take the time to change, just because of the addiction that they have to food. We all have had that addiction. And I'm so proud of myself to say I don't have a food addiction anymore, you know what I mean? Like, I can literally go weeks without eating, and this sounds so unhealthy to a person who's just tapping in from the matrix and saying, what, you supposed to eat, you know what I mean? No, man. It's just, when it comes down to addiction, would you get mad? Because I'm gonna break it down like this. If you really look at it, like, we already know America is full of drug addicts when it comes to food, because I would say the Americans who are addicted to the food have it worse than the crackheads. Let me finish. And only the reason, because this is how my mind works, only way I say that and only way I think that is because the crackheads, that's really a choice, you know what I mean, on what they want to do. I know we have a choice of what we put in our mouth, but nobody comes out the womb giving crack, you know what I mean? Unless you have, like, what they call crack babies. The child is coming out because the mother is doing crack or cocaine, whatever, you know what I mean? But even then, the baby doesn't come out wanting that substance, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of so-called crack babies. I don't like saying it, but that's what people identify them as, substance abuse babies, you know what I mean? They come out. It's a lot of babies who are born like that who never do drugs in their life. So that's why I see it like that. But when it comes down to it, no baby comes out getting, a pipe pushed down their throat, you know what I mean? So it's kind of different. That's kind of an adult choice, you know what I mean? Whether you young adult, 15, 16, 17, you consciously make that choice to go out and purchase that. Go find you a dealer, you know what I mean? Even if the dealer in your house, you make that conscious decision to go purchase that and do all that. When it comes to American so-called, because I don't really want to call us junkies, but that's kind of what we are, you know what I mean? What I didn't exclude myself because I didn't change my life, you know what I'm saying? But, and there's no insult to people, you know what I'm saying? Some people might run across this video and feel insulted, but sometimes you have to use the harsh truth to make people want to change. Because me saying some pleasant shit is gonna make y'all be okay with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, okay, he says I'm not a junkie. We used to be junkies, you know what I mean? We need to change this shit ASAP. So when it comes down to it, our parents have gave us this food, you know what I mean? Our grandparents have gave our parents this food, you know what I mean? So it kind of wasn't a choice. We were force-fed this food. And even as a baby, when we did cry or whatever, we didn't want this stuff, we couldn't even vocally express that we didn't want it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of different when you're trying to fight the food addiction off a crack addiction or a heroin addiction. That was something you consciously chose. So we can't be too hard on the people who still eat meat, you know what I mean? Because I done had my times where I done went full vegan for 2 years and then started back eating fish and chicken, you know what I mean? But like I said, in the past, if this wasn't beneficial for me, I would have started back eating meat, you know what I mean? But like I said, during that transition, you can tell the difference in your vibration and your energy. That's what makes me still strive to, you know what I mean, do the utmost when it comes to my health. So when it comes down to it, it's more harder for this person to get off, you know what I mean, the food drug, what we call food, because just like crackheads, where I said, when it comes to crackheads, that was a conscious choice, and with food, it's not. And then when it comes to people who do crack, you know, or what they call it, but when it comes to people who do crack, they don't have crack shoved in their face all day. You know what I mean? You gotta realize, man, it's already clinically studied that sugar is more addictive than cocaine. It's already fact. You know what I mean? We already can go look that up. You know what I mean? So that's just one drug that they put in all the foods. You know what I mean? And we're not even talking about all the other additives and preservatives that they put in the food that are also chemically addictive to the brain, the body. You know what I'm saying? So you got a plethora of different drugs in one food versus this person who's smoking crack, and they have chemicals, a lot of chemicals in that too, but it's not being promoted heavy. You don't go to Facebook and see somebody smoking a crack pipe. But what you can do, you can go to Facebook and see a Wendy's commercial, an ad for Burger King, people posting their steak plates, Rotel chips. You see this constantly, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm so glad I built up so much self-discipline that I can actually see that and still go on a 10-day fast, a 20-day fast. You know what I mean? You have to build up this discipline. You have to be mind strong when you come towards this journey. This is not for the weak. You know what I mean? So don't be so hard on people when they can't do what you want them to do. You know what I mean? Or they don't try to do what you want to do. Sometimes you just gonna have to leave them people in the past and just know, you just gotta have to understand, like, well, I just know this is a hard journey. You know what I mean? Because people are addicted. You know what I mean? Anytime you can eat some food and you know it's not nourishing and it's damaging you every time you eat it. It's like when people eat Taco Bell, you instantly go to the bathroom, or this milk and dairy. Soon as I used to eat it, I didn't even know what it was. My back get to hurt, you know what I mean? Because every time I used to cancel out dairy in my past when I started this health journey, I put it back in my body. I was like, damn, that was the reason why my back was hurting. Because the minute I put a milkshake back in my body, back get to hurting. I'm feeling like I don't even want to come outside no more. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety get to acting up, you know? So when it comes down to it, we know that these foods play a big part in how we feel. Just like when these commercials come on, upset stomach, diarrhea, all this shit. What is coming from? They tell you in the commercial that's coming from the food. Are you bloated? Did you eat something? You know what I'm saying? So we're still putting these foods in our body, even though we know we are chemically addicted, and also that these things are causing harm to our body. If that's not the biggest addiction in the world, tell me what is. You know what I mean? Then it's heavily being promoted. Like I said, you get on Facebook, TikTok, people eating these fat ass burgers they created. You know what I'm saying? You seeing Doritos. You ain't even got to have no phone. You driving down the street, you seeing a billboard of McDonald's. You seeing McDonald's, you smelling McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Crackheads don't have to worry about smelling crack and seeing crack on the billboard 24/7. Drug addicts don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So how can we just, like, you know what I'm saying? This is why I say to people who are on this journey and you doing the proper things, man, you got to give yourself a round of applause, because all this shit that's being put in our face, all these ads, these commercials, all these billboards, you got family members that's cooking in your house every day, you smelling meat, and you still not eating it. That's discipline, because this is what I'm going through. I'm smelling it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to Kroger. Soon I go to Kroger, you know, Kroger make the best chicken I smell, you know what I'm saying? When I walk in the Kroger, I be like, damn, the chicken smell good. But I still choose, okay, this chicken's gonna make me feel like this when I eat it. You know what I mean? So I still go to the, go get me some vegetables, or, you know what I'm saying, something to juice. You gotta tune all that out. You know what I mean? This is like going to work, and you know it's gonna be a lot of negative people there. You know what I mean? Still tune it out and keep your positive thinking. You know what I mean? You gotta drown a lot of this stuff out. So when it comes down to it, that's why I made that comparison, man. It's a lot of drug addicts out here. When it comes to people who do crack and do heroin and stuff like that, it's different from food. Food is more powerful, you know what I mean? When people get bored, they eat food. It's like a chemical release. The same chemical release in your brain when you do certain drugs is the same thing that released when you eat certain type of foods. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people are aggressive. That's why a lot of people are extra horny on top of liquor, you know what I mean? Just like I said, I told my mom the other day, I was like, I don't even get mad when people cut me off in traffic or do certain things. I be like, they so aggressive, I don't know what that person is eating. She started laughing. I'm like, I'm dead serious, like, for real. You never know what somebody's eating. Somebody maybe honking their horn trying to get past you just to go home and use the restroom. I done been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got caught a case of the bubble guts mid-traffic. You trying to get the fuck to the house, to the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Cause this shit fucked your stomach up so bad, you probably go eat the same shit tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's worse when it comes to food addiction and drug addiction to me, even though they one and the same. Food is a more powerful addiction because you mixing all these flavors. They mixing the natural with the unnatural, with the sugar. They mashing the taste of the real. You know what I'm saying? Taste, your senses. You know what I mean? Because people ingest drugs and it go through like 1 sense. Like when it comes to food, it's like you know what I'm saying? You can hear, see, and smell the damn food down there. You know what I mean? You walk up to the restaurant, you smell it hitting 1 sense, the smell sense. Then you tasting it, it's hitting this, and then it's hitting the brain. You know what I mean? Then it's hitting the eyes. You know what I'm saying? You looking at it before you even, you know what I'm saying? Your mouth get watery before you even taste or smell it. There's people your mouth will get watery just looking at an ad, a commercial. That's why they make the commercials how they do. Flame grilled, boiled, and you just sitting there looking, salivating out this, you know what I'm saying, slobbing. Before you even, so they hitting all your senses before you even taste the shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you taste it, then you really go crazy. So it's a lot of stimulation going on when it comes to that. You know what I mean? So I just want to tell people, man, just like I said, clap it up. If you able to fight this, you know what I'm saying? Like Rod Wave, fight the feeling, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And shoot past that, you know what I mean? And still have self-discipline to where you eating more healthier than your family members ate, you know what I mean? Or anybody around you or your generation, you know what I'm saying? Be proud of yourself because you're fighting the drug addiction, the biggest drug addiction in the world. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, man, if y'all like the content, make sure y'all give the video a like. The people need to hear this and get this out, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what you fighting, a drug addiction, if you didn't know it. You know, it's the biggest drug addiction you're going to ever fight in your life, and you must conquer that, you know what I mean? Just like you must conquer your sexual addiction, you know what I mean? A lot of people ain't tamed it yet, you know? So when it comes down to it, man, just get you closer to being an actual human being, God-like level, goddess level, you know? That's what you got to do. We put here to elevate, you know, not disintegrate off the foods we eating now, this stress we put on our body and the sexual frustration, all that, you know what I'm saying? Hone in on their energy, send it up through those chakras and light this world up. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, y'all be blessed and walk in that smoke.